one, two, three. Am I audible?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, good. Let's just wait for everyone to ready up.
So, good evening, ladies and gents. So, we are back in Indian Racing League for Zanwood Division 1. As we can see, we have 17 races on the grid. So, we are going to have a exciting race tonight. Abhishek, can you let us through a lap through Zanwood like you are the pole sitter for Division 2 yesterday?
Hello. Thank you, Srikanth. Let's just wait for the session to start. Before it starts, any predictions for our top three?
Uh, for quali, I will go with Caesar, Vifix Cutter, Hushrav, and Ahif. These four for the pole. In any order.
Yeah, that
In
is.
any order.
Yeah, that's, I think, a good pick. I think Caesar, Khusrav, and Vifix have been the fastest
Yeah.
based on pure pace. And I think Shadow Sword is also very quick as well.
So we have a weather. Wait a minute. So what are your predictions for the poll?
I think for pole would be between Vifix and Khusrav
So
if
we,
they get
sorry to cut you off. We
chance.
have one car going out for a run. It's Viom from Red Bull. As we can see, Azun has retired. He will likely to start from back of the grid. He
Does
wants
he have, I think he has a quali ban, maybe?
no, he don't have a quali ban, I guess.
Okay, so we have only Vyom out on track for now,
Yeah.
who's on his outlap, and we have a few other cars coming out of
We
Khusrav
also have
and
Hushrav and Kimi there for their runs. There's a chance of rain as we can see from the sky, and so everyone's rushing out to set their times. Like yesterday it happened, rain and the quali was ruined for everyone.
yeah, could be the case, but I think it
So we are
might
going,
be
sorry to cut you
bad.
off, we are going on board of Vyom. Can you let us through this lap, please?
Yes, okay, and as he comes on, the RS Open, about to start his lap now. And I think he has a good first corner, good exit or pit car out of the pit, but it's still okay. He's keeping it decent as we go into turn 4. A bit of curb on the exit, but lap's looking quite tidy for now.
Oh, he has bended, he has bended.
Oh, he has ended, yes. I think the
Next we
stream is
have,
a little laggy compared to the our onboards.
yeah.
We have to maybe check the stream while we commentate. Anyway, so our
So we
next
have
car should be
Yash,
Husrav. Yeah,
we
yeah,
have,
Husrav's on a lap.
yeah.
Go on board with Husrav maybe.
And Yash is also on a lap. Breaks late on turn 1, gets a good exit. He's taking a low line into the turn 4. He's keeping it smooth.
And we have Khosrow also coming around the last corner. He's about to set a lap anytime now. And he goes P1 with the 1 minute
1:10.9.
10.9.
And we have
Yeah,
Yash
that's
who has lost his rear at turn.
I think that's a pretty competitive lap from Khosrow, but I
Yeah,
guess for D1 they would go faster if the conditions are going to stay dry and the track gets better as we go through the session.
yeah. Yash is rounding up the final corner. Can you put it on the pole?
He
He
goes
stays P3.
111.7. So he stays P3.
So
So
we have
for now, it's still
someone has
all close.
spun, Vyom has spun
Oh, Vivek has
again.
fun as well.
Oh, that's the Haas of Kimi.
I'm actually surprised with the number of cars we've had spinning on our first
Yeah,
quali run.
it's a track where you lose traction very easily, like we saw yesterday at the penultimate corner.
Yeah.
Is Hushra
Uh,
going for the pits? Jishnu is
so
setting not so decent lap. I think he will pit. Yeah, his ERS
we
is
have
off.
Phantom on a lap. We have
Yeah,
Phantom who's
someone bend it. It's a Williams of Shadow Sword out of turn 13, out of turn 12. Sorry, and he is bended again, and he lost his front wing. Yeah, he will probably pit it. We have the Phantom. He's he's going to put it in for a 112. Perfect time for him. We have easy level coming out of the pits for his run. We have only 5 drivers who have set up a respectable time. Can we see a surprise pole here?
uh sorry to cut you off, but maybe we can go on board with Caesar who's on a lap now.
Okay.
He's just done 24.7 I think for first sector. He goes purple. This is a good lap so far, keeping it tidy. Comes into the first DRS zone. Sorry, the second DRS zone. It's looking like a good lap for Caesar so far.
He's keeping it
But he
clean.
doesn't go purple in sector 2, so I think this is going to be really close between Khusrav and Caesar for P1 at this stage of quali. Oh, but okay,
And he
he high
puts it
cut.
on P2.
Yeah, yeah.
111.2 is for Caesar. And we have
It's a
too
good
many.
lap, but I think Caesar lost time in sector 2 because he went purple sector 1 and purple sector 3. So I do believe he still has more time than what is being shown. Maybe he made an error. I'm not really sure.
So we have Mayank going in for a run. So as we can see, breaks early for turn 1. Doesn't use too much track and keeps it smooth out of 2 and 3. And he takes the low line. It's surprising to see that people are taking low line out of here. As I have seen yesterday, people were taking high line and it was faster. Keeping it smooth out of turn 6. Oh, he made correction.
I
He had
think
an
he, yeah,
oversteer.
I think he just got a bit too much of the curve there. I'm not
Yeah,
really sure, and yeah, I guess he really goes into the pit really fast. Caesar there.
Mayank is struggling out of his exits. And out of turn 12, we have someone stopped at turn 13, 14. It's okay. Mayank's lap was disturbed by the
Oh, oh.
Williams of
Yeah, I
Shadow
think
Sword,
yes.
and Mayank's
I
puts
think
it.
Mayank for a second there must have
Yeah,
thought that he's going to DNF.
yeah. So he sets in for a 113. So we have URL Ethan. Is he on a flying lap? Is the Red Bull ahead of
No, I
him
think
trying to give him a tow?
URL Ethan is not on a flying lap, but I do think he is too far to be getting a tow. I think he's
No,
just
he's
going to
spitting,
pit.
he's spitting.
He's going to pit.
We have
Also, if
Kimmy. Yeah.
anyone is watching the stream, could you all please let us know if we are commentating ahead of what is happening, because based on my onboard and the stream, there is a slight time lag. So if you could let us know, maybe we could correct it to based on what we are seeing on the stream.
So Kimmy is out of turn 10, turn 9, and he's out of turn 10.
Oh,
Gets
Vivek's going
a
fastest.
He goes fastest by few few hundredths of a
Hundreds, yeah.
second. And we have Kimmy here going out of turn 12, having a decent run. Turn 13, and he goes in the pit. We have Vifix on a flying lap.
We have Bushra who has gone fastest again. And also coming through the last corner now is the McLaren of Ahif, who hasn't set a time yet, and he sets a 1 minute 11.3.
That's a close battle between all these guys, as we can see. Like the pole is separated by few hundreds, few thousands to be specific.
Yeah, it's just 4,000 to pole.
Yeah,
Vivek isn't
and
going faster, so I
we
guess
have
this is.
Vifix trying to get that pole back, and his battery is off.
Yeah, I guess he's going to go back and try again.
Yeah, and we have Hushrav. He's also on a in lap.
I think we can follow Caesar now because
Yeah,
he's on a lap right now. And he goes one
gets a
tenth
beau
quicker.
yeah, gets a beautiful exit out of 6. Doesn't use too much curve. Oh no, he has binned it.
Oh,
He has binned it.
Caesar has taken too much curve. That
Ah,
was commentator's curse, I guess. Sorry,
yeah.
Caesar.
The curves are horrific around this track. And we have Jishnu, and he is
Oh,
in
we have
P3.
Vishnu. Yes, he's
And
not going
out of
fast
nowhere, he is
now.
in P3.
Yeah, Vishnu put up a pretty good lap there.
And
But
we can see the guys between first to 10th are separated by under a second. And it's magnificent to see that gap. We have Ethan on a flying lap, URL Ethan.
yeah,
He
let's just
keeps
follow
it.
Ethan for now.
There's a Haas going slowly and it's giving its way to
I
URL
don't
Ethan.
think he got distracted too much by the horse. I think it was
Yeah,
okay.
got a good exit.
He is faster on the first sector, yeah.
Yeah, he's fastest in first sector. Oh no, that's that
Oh, he
William.
gets really lucky there that the car is ghosted ahead of him.
Yeah, he gets a
And he
beautiful
goes
sector
P3. Oh,
two,
he goes
fastest.
purple in sector
Yeah,
2. Oh, this could be close for pole as well. I think this is a very competitive time. Oh, I think he
he
gets a
takes too
bit
much
off
curve there.
the inside of the last corner, but I think it could still move him to P3, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he
P3 it
goes
is.
with a 1 minute 11.0. I think that could have been pole if he had
We
kept it
have
clean
Caesar
through
on a
the.
warm-up lap, or did he bin it in his lap? Yeah, he's on a warm-up lap.
No, I think Caesar's going to pit because he has no battery. He's out of battery.
We have Kimi. He's going out of turn 6. Beautiful exit, but he took too much curb, outside
Oh,
curb,
and Yash
and
Gosalia, sorry to cut you off. Yash goes P4 with a very good time of 1 minute 11. I think, oh, the top 6 are really close here. I think we are in for an exciting race.
an exciting quali as well.
Yeah.
And Mayank was
Oh,
disqualified. Kimi goes second fastest. Kimi goes fastest in the second sector, and he gets a beautiful exit out of the penultimate corner.
oh, this is looking like a good time as well. He's three
Yeah,
tenths up on his time. This will put him
gets
anywhere
his
close to the
DRS
top
open.
3.
Can he put it on the pole? No,
Oh,
it's only
and
sixth
he
fastest for him.
wasted
He
it.
lost it in the final sector.
Wow, we are separated by 2 tenths in the top 7. This is really amazing stuff from the D1 guys.
Yeah, and we have Vyom, and his battery ran out, so he will probably pit this lap and come out again for last run.
I think we should follow Shadow, who doesn't improve. I think Shadow does have much more pace than he's showing,
His
but
battery is dead. His battery is dead.
I think he just hasn't been able to put a good lap together. But I'm not too sure if he has enough time to go back and come out again. This
Yeah, no,
might
it's a
be
short track. You
his
can come
problem.
back easily out here.
We have Vyom coming around the last corner, but he
And
goes
he is
into the
pitting. We have
pits.
Kimi. He will also pit. So we have Hushra on his out lap. Can we see him extending his
Oh,
lead
Sid
or
Venkatesh.
Sid Venkatesh?
I'm not sure why Sid hasn't set a lap yet. He's just done.
Warm up laps. I guess I will. I guess he will go for his
Chips
final
also
run.
hasn't set a lap. I'm not sure why Chips hasn't set a lap. So we're on board with Khusrav now, who's I
He's warming
think
up
the
his
first of
tires.
the last. Yeah, I think this is everyone's last run.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna be coming out now. Hopefully for Khusrav, he doesn't have too much traffic on this lap.
yeah. He
There
won't
is
have. He won't be
there's
having a
just an
traffic.
Alfa Romeo ahead of him, but I think that is Chips who's finally coming out.
Yeah.
Chips hasn't done a single run. I'm pretty surprised he hasn't put a lap in, but let's see. Khusrav,
Gets a nice exit
Chips.
out of the turn 4, and it's a beautiful run till now.
Let's look at his first sector time. And he goes
And he
400 faster.
will he catch Chips there.
Chips gets out of the way very well. So
He's getting a good exits out of the corners.
yes, Khusrav is pretty competitive. He is 300 slower at the second sector though. So I
We are
think this is
getting
going to be a
traffic
very
at
tight end for
sector
him.
1. Sorry to cut you off. We are getting traffic at sector 1. I guess one McLaren spun or something.
Oh yeah, I think so. Caesar is on a lap as well. He's gone 1.5 tenths faster as
And Hushrav
Khusrav is
extends
now
his
coming.
lead. Goes
Oh,
10.8.
yeah.
And we have Jishnu on a lap. Getting decent
I
times.
think this is sorry to cut you off, but I think this is going to be a very exciting end because everyone's improving on their time so far, and
Yeah,
there
it's
is
about the
not much
track
of a
evolution.
margin. Yeah, Caesar is exiting the last corner as we are on board with Jishnu for now, but
He's
Caesar's
getting
crossing
the
the
toe
line.
from Yash Gosalia. I guess no, it's
P6.
not Yash Gosalia. It's the other Aston Martin of the Phantom, and he goes
P6.
111.1.
I think he stays. No, he moves up into P6 from P7. I think.
And we have Jishnu crossing the line, and he doesn't improve. And we have someone AlphaTauri of Caesar off the track. I guess he lost it there.
I think the next car to cross the line would be Chips, who is finally going to put a lap in. I haven't seen his sector times, but it looks like a decent lap.
and he
He
only
drove
goes P12. And we have
Shadow across the line, and we have Vifix coming in now. Oh, Vifix goes fastest with a
Vifix goes
1 minute
fastest, it's
10.7.
110.7. And we have URL Ethan, he extends this time?
Oh,
No.
and Vyom goes even faster behind him. Oh,
Did the Red Bull play the team game? Did Viom got
I'm
to
not
from the
so
URL
sure, but
Ethan?
I'm not really sure because I think Vyom was just a little too far behind, but for the toe. But oh, and Kimi crosses the line, goes P4, and now we
Okay.
have Easy Level Bot who stays P10. He
We have
improved on his
Jishnu.
time, but 10.
Jishnu is pitting. Caesar's also pitting. So that's it for the
So
qualifying today from Division 1.
that was a very exciting quali, quite difficult to follow.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think,
Caesar
I think,
goes 7 fastest. He
oh,
doesn't have battery to extend his
he
lead.
does. Yes. Um,
So
I
it's
just
the
wanna
end.
take a moment to appreciate Chips and Easy Level Bot for commentating because I think this is quite difficult
Yeah.
to keep track of
Appreciate you
everything that's
guys.
happening. Yeah.
So we have Jishnu waiting for
That
Jishnu.
was a very interesting corner qualifying. Vyom is on pole. We have Vyom on pole, Vifix, Bushrav, Kimi, URL Ethan, and Yash Gosalia, Caesar in P7, Jishnu P8, Ahif P9, Easy Level Bot P10, Phantom P11, Chips P12, Sid Venkatesh P13, Shadow P14,
And we have
and
Azun, Mayank, and Vintage player not setting a time. Mayank and Vintage player were disqualified for facing the wrong way and blocking the
the
pit
top.
lane respectively. Yes.
Oh, I see. The top three are just separated by 8 hundredths of a second.
Yeah, like the top 11 are separated by 1 second only. And it's crazy that we are gonna have a good race as we can
Yeah, it's a
see.
very short track as well. I think the pack, hopefully, for viewing stays bunched up, stays exciting for the whole race, and let's hope we don't have too many safety cars. For
Yes. So, Abhishek, what's your prediction for the race?
I think since I drive for Ferrari as well, I'm going to say Husraf P1, Vifix P2, and I think Caesar will come up the order in the race, but I would say I think Jishnu can come up as well, but I think Vyom should be on the podium today. He's been very good throughout quali.
Oh, so it's a dry race. We can
Oh,
see
it's a dry
transition
race.
into a wet race. So as we wait for our drivers to select their strategies and make some changes to their setups. So
I'm quickly going to check the championship standings, and Caesar has a 13-point lead over Husrav. AF and Vifix very closely behind.
yeah, we have the battle for P2 very close. So we are going for the race start in 15 seconds.
Let me just check. Um, oh, I think that was Vyom's first pole, by the way.
So congrats Vyom for first pole in Indian Racing League. So we have Vyom, Vifex, Hushraf, Kimi, URL Ethan, Yash, Caesar, Jishnu, Phantom, Mayank and Vintage on mediums. Other are on different tires. Like we have Aheb easy level on hards, Chips said Shadow on hards, and we have Azun on soft. Is Azun trying for a very aggressive strat and making up places?
I think so because he's starting at the back, and if we have only one safety car in the race, then it might play out for him if the safety car comes. maybe before lap 10 or at lap somewhere around lap 10, so he can then go on to the hards to the end of the race. Maybe that's what he's looking to do.
So he is playing a gamble here by choosing the soft tires. But if there's no safety car, his strategy will be gone.
But I think he has nothing to lose. I mean, he is starting P15, so I think probably I would do the same if I was Ozun, or maybe start on the hards if I was Ozun. But let's see. He has three hard runners ahead of him, so it should be a very exciting start for him
So Vyom's
on
taking
those.
it slow and bunching up the field. We can see a gap form between. Yes, so he's bunching up the field. The tire warm up here is very difficult. As you can see, Vyom is doing burnouts to bring the temps up of the rear tires. So they are setting up the grid. We again have
And
gap
let's
between
hope.
Yash
Yeah,
and
there's a
Kim.
pretty big gap between Kimmy and URL Ethan as well, I think. Is that URL Ethan?
So they
Oh, that's
slot in
URL
the
Ethan.
grid perfectly. Vyom is disqualified. He
Oh,
can't
and
slot.
Vyom has
Vifx
disqualified.
also
Vivek
disqualified.
has disqualified.
So we have
So who's Rav
Chips.
there?
Caesar's
Oh,
also
Caesar has
disqualified.
disqualified as well.
Vintage players is also disqualified.
Okay,
So
let's just after
Cody's give
giving
me
us a
a
good
good angle.
trial.
So it's lights out and away we go for Division 1. And Vyom gets a good start and he covers off Vifx and Hushrap takes P2 from Vifx and we are seeing major.
I think
And there's a
everyone.
spin of Kimi. He's been tagged by
Oh,
another car and we can see Hushrap is closing it on Vyom and he gained a tenth on Vyom
oh,
out
and
of turn
Hussav has a
6.
very good exit there. Gets all around the back of Vyom. I think Vyom is struggling on his first lap, but hopefully for him, after the first lap, his tires should be warm enough. But Husrav is all
And
around.
we
Oh,
have a
and we
yellow
have a
flag
spinner
and
as well.
URL Ethan has spun off. He lost the traction out of the corner.
Oh, and Husrav's making. Oh, he just has a look there, but he doesn't make the move.
And we have a gap forming between the top 3 and Caesar. As Caesar is taking it defensive. Is he helping his teammate? We are another yellow flag in the form of the Phantom. I think he also spun off. Uh, these curves are horrendous around this track. So
I think.
Vyom keeps his
I
lead
think
out, leading from Hushra, then from Vifix, then from Caesar, then from Yash.
actually, I
And
think. Sorry to cut you off. I think Caesar has been the biggest winner of the race start here because he's made up three positions and he's less than a second behind Vivix already. So I think this has been a very strong start for him. But yes, our top five are very closely packed together. I think Vyom is holding up Hustrav and Vifix here, but it's not so easy to pass around here. So maybe Hustrav has to wait a little
Hushra
bit for the
is smelling
DRS.
his rear end, and can he move? Can he get that move into turn 11 there? And he stays behind. And we have Vifix closing in on Hushra. And we have Caesar also closing in. There are 5 cars uh, in 3 seconds behind Vyom. Can Hushrat defend his place from Vifix? Vifix goes fastest, Caesar goes fastest. And he's gaining on his teammate. And the DRS is enabled. Will Vifix let his teammate by or will he fight him for the position? And we
I
have.
don't think. I think it is too early
And
for
it's Mayank
them.
and URL Ethan both spun out. I think they both got tagged out.
I guess. Yeah, I guess there was contact there probably.
And after the restart, we can see the biggest losers of this are Kimi, Phantom, URL Ethan, and Mayank. So we have not too many battles going out as we have Vyom, and I think he got his temps back and he's
Yeah,
gaining
he is.
on Hushra.
And Vyom has enough battery as well to defend from Husra for now. But
And we have
DRS
a yellow
is in the
flag,
middle
and it's
for
Mayank, I
Mayank.
guess.
What is
And we
happening
have
there?
you are a vintage player falling down the order. What happened to him? So
Oh, and Husra is looking to make a move on Vyom as we speak, and I think he
sorry
does
to cut
get
you off.
past him.
Sorry to cut you off. We have Shadow Sword losing it out on penultimate corner, and he's falling down the order. And we have URL Ethan also going slowly. So we have Kimmy, vintage player, Shadow, pitting
Yeah, we have
for
three cars in the
yeah.
yeah.
And Hushraf takes the lead and he's gaining. He has maintained his lead of zero point 0.6 seconds. Now Vyom is under pressure from Vifix, as we can see.
I think Vyom is trying to heat his tires there, is he? Because he's swerving left to right.
I think Vyom is running a higher downforce setup because as we can
Oh,
see he's
it's a safety car
closing
as
up on
well, so
Hushrav
that's
and
why they
slow
are.
corners.
It's a safety car. It's a safety car. We
It's a
didn't
safety
realize
car.
that with all of you happening.
So Mayank in the pits and he is exiting the pit lane.
So we
Is anyone pitting? No. The
I think
top
it's too
six are not pitting.
maybe I guess Azun will pit after another lap of safety car. Oh yes, Azun does pit.
Yeah, Azun is pitting. It's a blessing for him. He gained like 3 places already.
Goes on to the hards. Azun must be praying now for no more safety cars so he can just try to manage those tires to the end, hopefully for
Or
him.
is he praying for a late safety car? At the later stage, like, and we have vintage players 5 second penalty
Speed.
speeding in the pit lane. And Chips has also gained 3 places. So the biggest gainers of this race start are Caesar, Chips, and Sid Venkatesh, gaining each a 3 place. So the tire warm up is crucial in this track, cause if there's a cold tires, you can lose traction out of every corner.
Yeah, I think on cold tires the first sector is pretty difficult to manage with a lot of changes in direction. I struggled with that yesterday as well.
Yes. So we have vintage player and Mayank falling back.
I think we should have another lap behind the safety car, wait for the others to catch up to the field. Probably, yes, another lap.
Yes, it's another lap. So
Caesar, who's P4, I must say, had used a lot of his battery before the safety cars come out, so he
it's
should be
played in
quite
his
thankful
hands.
for that. Yeah, he is now back on full battery.
So we can see Caesar attacking the lead.
I think I think it has been so far in this season, thankfully for Caesar, it's been quite clean for him even when he started at the back, consistently keeping his car out of trouble and making up places through the field. It's been
He's
a
kept
pretty
it clean and
consistent
sorry
season
to
for
cut you
him.
off. He's kept it clean and consistent out of all the races as I have seen in racing.
Yeah, he's been very competitive so far, which is why he is leading the championship.
So we have vintage player too far behind. Vintage player and Mayank.
I think they should be able to catch up to the field this lap, but they are not too far behind. And I think we will have the safety car coming in at the end of this lap.
Do you think will Hushraf go for a aggressive strategy or a defensive one right now? Safety car is in this lap.
Safety car is in this lap.
I think Hushraf will go for a aggressive strategy because he has Viom, Vifex and Caesar behind him who are crazy fast in this track. So the fastest lap is with, I guess it's with Caesar. It's 114.1. So Caesar
Anyway,
is hunting
that
for the
will come
lead.
down, I guess. I guess that I think everyone is going to go much faster towards the end as the fuel load comes down, and I
And
think Khusrav has
Hushraf
already
has
bolted. Yeah,
bolted fast and he's gained over half a second
oh,
of the
and
lead from Viom. And we have
Caesars has a bad restart
Caesar's
there,
lost a
caught
position to
napping.
Yash and they are
Yes.
battling and
Oh, and
Caesar
Yash
has
coming
tagged
back.
Yash and he's in the barrier. He has not beached his car. He has not beached his car. It's lucky for him.
Yes,
And we have
luckily not
another
beat
yellow
his
flag in
car.
sector 1. We have Phantom, I guess, losing out few places. And we have Viom and Hushra fighting for the lead. Vifex may join them in few time. The top three are separated from the rest of the field as Caesar bunches up Jishnu, Ahef, Easy Level Bot, Chips, and Ethan.
Yeah, I think what happened there is everyone expected Husraf to maybe take it to the line and he bolted quickly, so the guys behind him have reacted, but P4 and below they just got caught napping, and Caesar has still kept his P4
We
for
have
now.
Chips and URL, Ethan fighting for a P8, and they are incredibly close this lap. I guess Chips is. Oh no, we have Shadow Sword who loses his traction and spins around. We have
It
URL
happens there.
Ethan. He's having a nice time on those mediums. He's going down the inside. Will he? Chips gives him enough space and he goes for the move and Chips sticks it outside. Oh, he rear-ended Chips. And we have a yellow flag. I guess it's for Yash, I guess. So we
And
have a big
out in
gap.
front,
Yeah, go ahead, Abhishek.
out in front,
And
I
Chips
think.
retired. Chips retired.
Oh, that's
And he
unfortunate. If there
retired.
was
He
oh,
probably
he's a safety car
it's a
again.
safety
Oh
car
my.
again.
I think Khusrav would be kicking himself for that because he was just about getting out of the DRS range as we were going to have DRS enabled at the end of this lap if there was no safety car, but all his good work has been, he has to do it all over again now.
So we have Chip Schema as our first retiree of this race. Will Hushraf pit this lap? No,
I
he
think
doesn't.
it's
Vyom also
he
doesn't.
does.
Vivix also doesn't. So medium runners would be very happy
I
because
guess
of the
if
safety
I was
car.
Iwara Ethan, maybe I would have picked because he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, we have vintage player pitting and he has again speed penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So we have Shadow Sword and Yash Gosalia back behind. So it's another safety car in this
Yash is
race.
going very slowly around the last corner. Maybe it's because of the delta until he crosses the line. I'm not really sure.
And we have Shadow Sword also in the pits. Is he having a wing damage? No, no, yeah, he was having a wing damage, I guess. Should the medium runners have pitted down right now?
I think it is quite early to pit onto the hards. I think lap 16 would be ideal, but I guess for the guys further back at the grid, like Vintage Player, for example, he pit and he's hoping to just get a free pit stop and probably hoping there are no more safety cars so he doesn't have to go through the 20 seconds again.
But don't you think 25 laps are too much for these hard tires? Cause in this game the tire drag is too high.
It is high and it is quite high around this track as well, but I do think it is manageable. Of course, he will be struggling towards the end, but I think he can still make it to the end on those hards if
So
all
we have
goes well
vintage
for him.
player again in the pits. Is he serving his 5 second penalty right now? Yeah, I get. He's going on for the softs. So he's going for aggressive strategy and he's hoping for another safety car, I guess.
Maybe I guess that yeah, I guess that's what he's trying to do.
I think the safety
I
car will
think
be
he
in this lap.
yes, as he said, yes, it should be in by the end of this lap.
Yeah,
So
because we
we
have
have,
the whole field bunched up.
I think easy level bot has gained quite a few positions. Yeah, he's gained 3 positions here. As has Sid Venkatesh, who's gained 4.
So we have seen Sid, Azun and Mayank each gaining 4 places. Caesar, Jishnu, Ahif and Easy Level Bot gaining 3 places each and Hushav 2 places and we have Viom Vifx losing 1 place each and Shadow Sword also and we have 3 places from URL Ethan, 6 from Kimi and 8 from Yash Gosalia. So I'm going on board with Viom. How will Hushav Bolt get this safety car restart? He's really
Yeah,
warming
I
up
think
his tires.
we should go on board with Yom, I guess.
Yes.
Is he going to go early again or is he going to take it to the line? We'll just have to see.
I think he is avoiding the toll because last time he gave tow to Viom and he almost caught him
I
in,
think
and he
Hushav has gone
bolted
down
out
and
and he's
will restart
and
for Hushav, yes.
Viom also bolted down and he Vifix Cutter
But
is also looking down the inside of Viom and we have Caesar watching it from behind.
oh, and we have easy level boat. I think he came together with URL Ethan, and there's a lot of
And
carnage
Easy
at the
Level and
back.
Mayank both have tagged each other. And
Oh,
we
I
have
guess.
Sid Venkatesh also spinning out, and we have Shadow Sword without a front wing, and it's a chaotic restart for this race. As we can see, Hushav is gaining on Vyom, and I think Caesar is playing it defensively.
I think this has been a pretty terrible race for Shadow Sword.
And we have
I think
another
he
yellow
has
flag,
a.
and we are seeing Kimmy's losing out few places to Easy Level and Shadow Sword.
But this time around, Vyom has. He's still keeping up with Hushrav for now. I think it is
Yes,
quite crucial for him to stay within his DRS
everyone's
to.
in each other DRS zone. So
But
the top
DRS will
four
be enabled
are
at
under
the
2
end of.
second here. As we can see, Vyom is gaining on Hushrav in turn 1. I think he got higher downforce and he got grip. We have vintage player again speeding in the pit lane
Oh my, that is very sad.
and
Please
he's
keep
going on the
going.
hards again. And Hushrav has pulled a gap of zero point 0.6 second and Vyom is under threat from Vifx. As we can see, Vifx is also closing in on him.
Oh, I was just on board with Yash and he had a moment there and he's lost
And we
out.
have
He
another
was.
yellow flag for Shadow Sword. I guess he's fun without the wing.
I'm not sure what Shadow Sword was thinking there. I guess he's just frustrated because he did not pit to change for a new wing.
I think
He
it's a
just
new
stayed out
strategy from him.
and And he also, I think, has visible side pod damage. I think that car is pretty undrivable for him right now.
And we can see Vifx looking down the inside of Viom. Can he make the move? No, he backs out. And he's incredibly close, smelling his gearbox. Can he make the move out of turn 4? And he's incredibly close. He's having good grip around here. He goes down. He goes around the outside. No, he doesn't. And the top four are under 2 seconds, and it's an interesting battle as we can see. Vifx is closing down on Vyom. Can he make the move on the DRS straight, back straight around here?
Well, I think he could have a shot into turn one, but Vyom also has the DRS crucially from Hustrov.
Vifx would be very frustrated because he's stuck behind a slow car and he's losing out on Hushrav and a potential race win. Can we see the medium runners pit in 2-3 laps?
I think so, yes. I think within the next
Because
3 4 laps,
as I can see,
we should
Vyom is
definitely.
very struggling round out the last corner, and Vifx is not going out. And Caesar is closing on Vifx, and Vifx is very frustrated right now.
I think Kimi is making a move on easy level, tries to go around the outside. I'm just on board with him on my screen. Doesn't
And
miss the
Kimi
move.
stays behind. And we have another. We have Mayank and Sid Venkatesh also fighting position. Sid Venkatesh is on his gearbox, goes around the outside, can't gain much. And we have Yash Gosali and Shadow Shore. Okay, he's in the pits.
It does look to me like the top four are conserving their battery. They are not attacking each other so aggressively right now.
Yeah, can say
Vifix
that.
doesn't feel
Cause we
bad.
have Jishnu closing up on Caesar. We are
The
not
top.
having too much battle. We have Sid Venkatesh versus Mayank. And Sid make the moves and
So Vyom pits,
we have
and
Vyom pitting.
I do think now we will see the others have to respond to that
Is
so
he
they
going
don't
for
get
an
undercut
undercut?
by anyone. I think so. I think we will see a pretty fast lap from Husrav for the next 2 laps to try and not let the undercut happen. Yes, and he is using his battery, Husrav, right now. Oh, and we
As
have
we
a spinner in Shadow Sword again.
I think it's his body damage. He should probably retire because with body damage you can't drive here. So Caesar is playing it defensively. He's given space to fix, and we can see Jishnu and Sid Venkatesh. Jishnu is stuck behind Sid
Oh,
Venkatesh in
but
the slower car.
Vyom has come out in free air, crucially for him.
Yeah, and Jishnu, as we can see, Jishnu is warming up his tires, and he's closed by Mayank.
Let's see if the top runners pit as they come around the final corner. They stay out. All
Hushrav
three of them
and
stay out.
and
So
Vifx
I
goes
guess
fastest. It's 113.9 for Vifx. I think he also got some life in those tires.
yes, I think this is just
We
the
have a
three of
yellow
them
flag in
respond.
sector. It's Shadow Sword, I guess.
I think Shadow Sword
Yeah, he
is
spun again. He's without front wing.
oh, he is on facing the wrong way now. Oh, I think he is very
And we have
frustrated.
Sid Venkatesh and Jishnu fighting for it. Jishnu goes around the outside and he makes the fantastic move out of turn 1 and he goes turn 3. Is Sid Venkatesh going to attack him again? Yes, Goshalia goes fastest. It's 113.8 for him.
I yes, I think
And
Sid will
Sid
not be
is
able to
going very
fight that back.
aggressively. Can he make the move in turn 6? We have URL Ethan and Mayank also fighting for it. And we have yellow flag for and it's a mark of Azun. He spun out on turn 10.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Azun. He was having a pretty good race until then, and we
And
have
we
fell
have
for
another
Hush.
yellow flag. It's, I guess, Shadow Sword.
Husrav has gone into the pit. Will he come out ahead of Yom?
He's going on for the softs. Sorry to go for it's. He's going for the hard, and it's AlphaTauri 1-2. Are they expecting a safety car right now?
I
And
think.
it's a yellow
Okay,
flag,
Shadow Sword has just retired in the pits. Oh,
and
and
it's easy
Husrav
level
comes out
versus
way
Kimmy,
ahead.
and Hushra is ahead of
Husrav is
easy
actually get.
level. Can he go ahead?
Oh
And it's too
no, he
close.
just stepped ahead. No.
He almost chipped his wing in his rear of Hushrav. And we have
But I think this was very crucial for Husrav because now he has two cars on very old hard tires who aren't going to be pitting anytime soon in between him and Vyom. So hopefully if he can keep ahead of them for this one lap until his tire temps are up,
so we
this
have
should make
Kimi also
things
attacking
very
easy level. I think he will lose it on the next straight, I guess. And we have Viom also closing in on Kimi and easy level. So the overcut has worked for Hushraf fantastically as we can see the gap between him and Viom.
and
And
Vifix
Viom
has
goes on the
gone.
inside and he spins the horse of Kimi, and he also loses his rear. I guess it's going to the steward's room. So we have Vifix in the pits and he will come out ahead of Hushav, I guess. And we have
It's
in
going to
yellow
be
flag in sector 3 for Haas of my Kimi, I guess. Kimi has
I
spun.
think Vifix does come out ahead of Husrav, but he's on these cold hards right now. Can Husrav get past him crucially on this lap? I think we should go on board with Husrav.
Hushav is closing in on him. He's only 210. Can he go around the inside of turn 6? Or he's going for the outside on turn 6. Vifix goes deep and gives
Oh,
ample
that was
space to
a
Hushav, and
really
Hushav takes the lead,
that was really
potential lead till now. As and he have Azun spinning. Caesar is overcutting his teammate Hushrav and Vyom. As we can see, easy level is disturbing
and I
the
think
race of Vyom. And we have Jishnu
this
and
will be pretty
Azun.
interesting. Sorry to cut you off. I think this is going to be pretty interesting with Caesar pitting now. Can he keep it? Okay, he does slow it down in time.
And we
I
have I
think if
have
Caesar, yeah, I think if Caesar comes out ahead of all three of them, I think this is played out very well for him indeed.
but
We just have to wait and see.
he will be having cold tires as we can see. And Hushrav crosses him, yeah.
I
And
think
he
yes.
over and he comes behind his teammate. It's a position game for him as Vyom is behind easy level and he goes down the outs around the outside and he makes the move from easy level bot as easy level bot is not finding grip on those old hard tires, and we have a zone in the pits,
That
and we
was a
have
good move by Vyom.
yeah, go ahead please.
That was a good move by Vyom. I think that was very crucial as well because he had to get past easy level, otherwise his run for the
I have
podium
takes
was
too much curb
over.
on the turn 11. Can he how many stops did he make? Okay, it's zero stop
Ahmed
for
is
him.
the only one who hasn't stopped. Oh, and Vyom tries to send one around the outside of Caesar.
And
That
we
was a
and
very
he's
risky
gone on the
move.
gravel and loses the place to easy level bot, I guess. No, he doesn't, and he cuts them off. Can easy level bot close up on Vyom? He has DRS.
He is. Oh, and
He's going
Vyom
out
makes
the
a late
outside,
lead.
and we have another battle between URL Ethan and Sid Venkatesh. URL Ethan is on fresher hard tires, so I guess he will pull away. Vifx is closing the gap on Hushra. Can he take the potential lead of this race?
So Ahif has decided to stay out because he is on the hard tires. I think he did a very good job actually on that first stint.
Yeah,
But
he almost extended his lead from 11 seconds, I guess. And Vifx is closing in on him in the second sector. He almost gained 3 tenths, and he's gaining on him in the final corner. He will get the
Vifix
DRS
does
here.
have DRS.
I think he will use his battery. We have another battle going in form of Easy Level and Jishnu, and Vifx doesn't close up much, and it's Jishnu and Easy Level. Jishnu is not attacking him. He's closing in much. The both McLarens are staying out. Are they going for a safety car mindset?
I think they both should be hoping for another safety car at this moment. I think it would play into their hands very well as they would come out on fresh mediums.
And we have Hushrav and Vifix also fighting for the P2, and Vifix is having a good grip around here, and he have DRS and down the back straight, and he closes up on Hushrav, and he had DRS, and Vifix is down at his gearbox. Can he make the move on turn one?
Vifix does have a lot more battery
And
than
we have
Hushrav as
IF
well.
pitting, so will he go on
Hushrav,
mediums? Yeah, he's on the mediums. And Vifix is closing on Hushrav, and he doesn't attack him. So it's between Hushrav and Vifix.
I
We
think
have
Vifix
another
can
battle between
stay.
Easy Level and Jishnu. Jishnu is on fresher tires, and he goes around the outside, can't make much of it, and he stays behind Easy Level. He's being very frustrated as he's on fresher tires.
Vishnu
And
though has no battery left. He's used up all
Vifix
his
and
battery. So
we have Vifix and Hushra fighting for the lead, and we have a yellow flag off from in form. We have another yellow flag.
I think that is
It's,
Mayank in the half.
okay, the race is not turning out good for both the horses, as I can see.
I'm on board with Jishnu right now, who's very close to easy level as we speak.
And
And he
Jishnu goes
makes a
down the
move on
inside and
speed.
he makes up the place from easy level bot. And easy level bot comes back and he's closing the gap. Can he regain that position? No,
He
I
does
don't
have more
think.
battery than Vishnu.
Okay,
Meanwhile, I
just
think Khusrav and no, he doesn't make a move with fix. He did get close into turn one, but he decided to stay behind.
and we have easy level bot going down the inside. Jishnu gives him space and he can't make much of it. And we have another battle between URL Ethan and Ahif. Ahif has fresher and faster tires. Can he make the move out down the outside? No, he doesn't go out around the outside. And we have
I'm sorry to cut you off now, but I haven't noticed what actually happened, but Vyom is ahead of Caesar by 4 seconds now. I think Caesar did
Caesar
have a
had a
big
moment
moment.
there. Yeah, I guess.
I
And
didn't
we have
notice what happened.
easy level bot catching up. URL Ethan and Ahif. He's holding them back. Ahif goes around the outside, can't make much of it. And easy level bot committing on a hard soft strategy, I guess. And is he helping his teammate by gaining positions? Playing those Sergio Perez team roles.
I think Ahif shouldn't have too much trouble getting past them because he does have a whole lot of battery left.
Easy level
And
goes into the pits, and we have Ahif and URL Ethan fighting for the P6. Yeah, it's P6. And we have Hushrav and Vifix fighting for it.
yeah, I think these are the only two on-track battles right now between Ahif, URL, Ethan, and Vifix and Hushra for the lead.
And Vifix is
Although
closing.
I think,
Yeah,
sorry, Ahif should be able to get past Ethan soon enough because he's on very fresh mediums, just 2 laps old, and URL Ethan is has zero battery, and Ahif still has about 90%. So I think into turn one we will see Ahif breeze past URL Ethan, provided he gets a good exit on the last corner.
And we have the Phantom catching up on Sid Venkatesh. So we are also gonna see a battle in form of Sid Venkatesh and the Phantom. I think Sid Venkatesh is also going for a one stopper on hard soft and he's struggling on those hards.
Griffiths did have a look on Husrav into turn 1 as we spoke there, but he decided to back out of it.
And URL Ethan has pulled away from Ahif.
I
And
think
we can
Ahef
see
just had
Sid
enough.
Venkatesh and the Phantom. And the Phantom goes around the down the inside and his teammate is also catching up Sid Venkatesh.
Yeah, Sid is on those 24 lap old hards, using the same
And
strategy
we
he
have a
did
yellow flag
yesterday.
in form of a horse. It's Mayank, I guess, and he lost traction. I think he lit up those tires and he can't get the grip, and he's getting lapped by Hushrav and Vifix.
It's been sort of a stalemate right now between Hustrav and Vifix because it
Yeah,
is difficult to pass around here, and Hustrav just using enough battery to defend himself from Vifix, but will he be able to save enough until the end? We shall find out.
I guess Hushrav is having a lower ground force setup because as we can see on the straights, he's not losing too much time to Vifix, and Vifix is gaining too much on Hushrav in the slow speed corners, like as we can see now.
Yeah, I think
And we
that
have
is
Sid
what is
Venkatesh
happening.
in the pits. He's pitting for softs, I guess. He will get those softs till the end of the race, I guess.
Yeah, so now we have everyone who has pitted, everyone in the race has pitted now, so
And Vifx doesn't get a good exit out of 10-10 and can't get much out of it. And he's closing in on, and he snapped, and he touched Hushrav, and he corrected himself, I guess. That was a
oh,
weird
that could have
move.
ended so much worse than it did. I think they
That's
both
still going
are
to the
very
steward's
lucky.
room, I guess. And we have Sid Venkatesh and Easy Level Bot fighting for P13. And Easy Level Bot goes deep into turn 10. And Sid Venkatesh gets a good exit out of turn 10.
Yeah, Sid is on fresh softs, so he should be able to keep ahead of easy level. And vintage player, however, ahead of both of them is on old hards, so they should be getting close to him quite quickly. I'm surprised Ahif is still stuck behind URL Ethan.
Yes, you are Ethan is. We have a yellow flag and it's the horse of. I guess it's Mayank.
I
Lost
think he's
traction.
just slowing down to let people go,
And
maybe.
Vifix. And it's the same from few laps. And we have URL Ethan and Ahif. IF is trying to get ahead of Ethan, but he can't get ahead of him because he has a higher downforce setup, I guess, also. Vifx goes faster and hits 113.6.
Yeah,
And
as the
he's,
fuel load is coming down now, I think the times will start to drop.
as we can see, Vifx is closing up on Hushrav again. He have lap fresher tires than Hushrav.
I must say, as all this is happening, the pack of URL, Ethan, and Ahif are slowly catching Jishnu as we speak.
URL and Ahif are having a moment that's the hearse of Mayank, I guess. And Mayank gets past, doesn't lap him. And we have a position change between Sid Venkatesh and Vintage Player.
Yeah, Sid on those fresh softs does get
Ma-
past.
Makes move on
Vintage player.
vintage player on those old hard tires. And we have easy level bot catching vintage player also. He's on fresh
I think
medium tires.
we should cut him off. I think we should go on board with Vifix because he does look closer, a lot closer to Hushrav than he has for all these laps.
He's having too much battery
And
and he will go down the inside of
oh, he
Hushrav.
does send one down the inside,
And
but
Hushrav
Hushrav
goes
keeps
around the outside and sticks to it, and the both respect each other's spaces, and Vivek can't go past Hushrav this time. It's like Saudi Arabia 2022 between Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, I guess. And it's just Gosalia pitting for softs, I guess. Is he going for the fastest lap?
I guess he could be trying to. Caesar has just set the fastest lap as well. So he is looking to catch Vyom towards the end of the race.
And we have Sir
And Sid
Venkatesh setting the fastest lap, 113.4.
Caesar is catching Vyom. He does have a tire
4 lap
advantage to
fresher
Vyom.
tires.
Vifix is 5 tenths behind
He has
Hushrav
lost
this
in
time
sector
around.
2 this time.
Last lap I think was the closest we've seen for the lead
Yes.
changing. But it has been a pretty good drive from Hushrav. He's kept it very tidy so far. He is down on battery. Oh, and
Oh,
Vifix has a
and he
moment.
loses his rear end.
Oh, Vifix has a moment there. He is out of the DRS.
And we have URL Ethan and Ahif fighting for P6, I guess, and Ahif is still stuck behind URL Ethan. It's the closest battle right now. And we have Easy Level and Azun and Sid Venkatesh. These three are fighting for P10. And we have Yash Gosali also fighting in. And we have Vintage Player going in for his pit stop. I guess he's also going for the fastest lap.
Crucially for Hushrav, he is still out of Vifix's DRS, which is good for him. Meanwhile, Caesar, I think, has caught up to Vyom a lot.
Yes,
He
it.
is.
I guess in 2 laps he will be in his DRS range, I guess.
So Vifix
And
does not have DRS on Hushrav this lap. We just have 5 laps left. Hushrav has kept it very clean for the most
sorry to
part.
cut you off. We have a battle for P9, and this is a four-way battle for P9. We have Sir Venkatesh, Azun, Easy Level, and Yash fighting for P9. And Yash is looking down the inside of Easy Level, and he doesn't get the move done. Yash on the fresher softs. He's faster than Easy Level, I guess. They are stuck in a
Yash
DRS.
was
Yeah, go ahead, please.
sorry. Yash was quick in quali, so I on these fresh softs I do
And
expect him
Easy
to
Level
try
covers
them.
down the inside, and Yash goes around the outside, and we have Azun and Sid fighting for P9. And we have a yellow flag for, I guess it's Mayank. Yeah, it's Mayank. Sid Venkatesh is pulling away from Azun as he's on fresher soft tires. And we have Yash
Vifix,
Gosalia
I
looking down the
think,
inside
has
of
kept the
Azun.
fastest.
Vifix goes fastest and he's 113.3.
I think he gained over almost a second on Hushrav on the last lap, so he did push a lot to get back into the DRS. And
And
Caesar
Yash
as well is
goes
now.
round the inside of Azun on the fresher softs. And he's hunting down Sid Venkatesh right now. And we have Hushrav and Vifx fighting again for the lead. And Caesar has also caught up Vyom and he's in his DRS range. And we have Mayank crashing it out, and we have
Oh, it's a safety car. It's a safety
it's a
car.
safety car. It's a safety car. Late safety car. Or is it?
Oh, are they? Oh no, I think
No,
it's
no.
not.
It's not a safety
No,
car.
it's not. I thought it could be a safety car. Luckily for the leaders, it is not a safety car.
I guess it's Mayank stopped on the track, I guess. He crashed down in the pit lane, I guess. Yeah. And we have Vifx in the DRS range. And he doesn't close up much. And we have Sid Venkatesh and Yash Goshalia fighting for P9. And Yash goes around the outside and he switches back and can he get the move done? No, Sid cover him off. And he's looking down the inside. He's having the DRS and he goes around the outside and cuts the corner to get the position, I guess. I think he has to get that position back. And we have Vifx and Husha again very close to each other in sector 2.
Wifix is, I think, getting a little desperate now. He as he would be. I mean, he has been stuck within a second of Ostra for 33 laps now,
And we
not
have
able
Viom
to
and
find.
Caesar also fighting for the final podium place. As we can see, Caesar closing up on Viom. He's only 5 tenths behind. And we have a yellow flag, and it's URL Ethan spun out of turn 10. It's it's a blessing for Ahev, but he was stuck behind for too much. Now he
Yeah,
can't catch Jishnu, I guess. And we have Vifix and Hushra, and is the same story every time. And we have Caesar going down the outside, and he's not close enough. Can you get him in turn 4? He goes around the inside, and Williams covering off. We have two Alpha Tauris, a Ferrari and Red Bull fighting. What can we expect right now?
and can we just go on board with Wifix? I see Hustrav's lights blinking. He is out of ERS with 2 laps left. Can he hold on?
He can't close on much because of the higher straight line speed of the Ferrari. And we have Caesar closing in on Viom, and he doesn't make the move. I think he will get him in turn 1, I guess.
I think we should go on board with Wifix. He is really close to Hustrav on this lap, and Hustrav is blinking as they go down into turn 1. Hustrav goes defensive, Wifix goes on the outside. Oh, and they side by side, no contact. They keep
It
it
was
going.
too
Oh,
clean
so
in
tight.
turn.
Oh, they're
And
still
Caesar makes
side
the
by
move on
side.
the inside on Viom, and Viom sticks it again, and Viom has spun out Caesar, and he
Oh,
crashed
one
him.
side. Oh, oh, that is
And
so unfortunate for Caesar. I
Viom didn't
think
leave
that
space for him. It was
I'm
too
not
unlucky for
really.
Caesar.
Yeah, that was. Anyway, on the that was a very good move between Wifix and Hustrav. Great racing there. Left each other enough space.
And
2 laps
Hushav
to
is
go. I
closing in
think.
on Vifx, as we can see, Hushav is having a major straight line speed, and can he close up on Vifx this corner? Because it's crucial for the DRS range, and he's only 3 tenths behind.
I
And
think
he
this
has
is
DRS.
Hustrav's last chance for the win as well, because this is the last lap.
He has
I
drained
think
his battery, so he
I
can't
think
make the overtake.
if Vifix keeps it clean this lap, I think it should be a race win for Vifix
And we have Azun and Kimi also fighting for P11.
for the
And
last points position.
we have Easy Level and Sid Venkatesh. There's a four-way battle for P9, I guess. Yeah, it's P9. And Easy Level is closing in on Sid Venkatesh, and Sid Venkatesh gets a good exit out of turn 12, I guess. And we have Azun is Kimi is closing up on Azun, and can he go down the inside? Yeah, he goes down the inside of Azun, and he breaks late and gets the advantage of fresher rubber. And easy
He
level
is
bot
going
also
for the
got Sid Venkatesh into turn 1.
Griffiths is coming around the last corner. He keeps it clean. He is going to win this race, and I think this does make a big change in the championship standings with Caesar retiring. So Griffiths finishes P1, Hustraf P2, Vyom comes around now, finished P3. Jisnu just behind them, who has had a pretty decent race,
And we
and
have
I think
a
Ahef.
battle between Kimi and Sid Venkatesh. Kimi goes around deep into turn 10 and he gets a good exit out of turn 10, is smelling his gearbox, and Sid Venkatesh is trying to defend very hard on the last lap. As we can see, Easy Level is pulling away from Sid Venkatesh and closing in on Yash Gosalia.
I think yes, Azun is closer, but I don't think he's close enough to Kimi, and they don't make any changes to their positions. So it's Vifix, Hustrav, and Vyom, our top three. What did you think about the race, Srikanth?
It was fantastic race from the leaders. As we can see, Husha just lost out the lead on penultimate lap, and it was Vifex's lap, as I can see. Can you invite the podium sitters as we talk?
I have to add them. Let me just quickly search. What is?
So we have Vifex Cutter, Hushrav, and Vyom rounding up the podium places. And then we have Jishnu, Ahef, URL Ethan, Phantom, Easy Level Bot, Yash Gosalia, Sid Venkatesh, Kimi, Azun finishing up the final points places. Then we have Vintage Player, the final running car, and then we have Caesar, Mayank, Shadow, and Chip Schema as the retirees of this race. And the fastest lap goes to Kimi, 112.6. So it was an interesting race
Yeah,
as we saw the fight between top four in the starting stages of the race, and then we saw the battle between the top two in the latter stages. We also had a few battles in the midfield. It was great battle between them.
I'm just trying to get the top three. Add me. Okay, so I'm just trying to add our race, the podium. Sorry, guys, just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm adding everyone. Okay, wait a minute.
I have added Hustrav and Vyom for now.
So we are starting from third place. Vyom, are you here?
I think they are yet to join the lobby.
Okay, I can't exit the lobby, I guess.
Yeah,
It's stuck. Wait a minute.